for taking your time looking at my submission to the Leaning Technologies WebVM Hackathon 2. This is my submission in creating a game to help people learn and take a look at understanding Linux and Bash and understanding how to use WebVM basically. The idea is to have a bit of a game. This one is called Linux Dungeon Game, and the idea is that they're in a dungeon and they have to find their way out by starting off easy and progressively getting harder with certain commands. So to start with, we can see they are in a place that has room 1 and the rest of the rooms are zipped. They're zipped with passwords. There's also the documents folder. If they go to the documents folder and have a look, they'll see a readme markdown file, and that just shows what they will see on the GitHub repository. On the README there, it's the exact same one, and it just attributes the contributions to yourselves and talks through some of the how to play the game, for example. So getting started, they go to room 1. It'd help if I could spell room 1. Now here they have to use basic commands, like I said. They can start off by reading the note. And reading the note, they start the storyline basically. They're in a dungeon, they explore, they discover, they have to use basics like ls, cd, cat. They're in a stone chamber, that sort of thing. It sets the scene. Now, what they have to do is use cat code.text, and they can see that the code has a string. Now, when they see the string, I'm hoping that they are prompted that it's a base64 encoded string. So in order to actually use the unlock script, they need to decode this, because that script is going to ask them for this key. So we're testing their ability to decode. So echo the string, pipe it to base64 and decode it. And they get the keyword as bronze. Now they can use the unlock script and pass in bronze, and we see that we've cleared room number 1 and we can move into room number 2. So if they go to room number 2, they can't yet, they need to unzip it. So we're now testing them unzipping password protected zip files. Yep, and so we need bronze here, bronze zip room 2, and from here the room 2 is unzipped. We can go to room 2, it's clear, and they can now see what they have installed for room 2. Again, verify is going to be the same. They will not be able to use verify unless they get a code or a key, and clue.text will give them a hint if they need it. Now, if they were to have a look at library, they will see there are lots of files within library. Now they could just cat them all. It would take time. So what we're actually testing here, the young hacker clue. We see the hacker community, or people who like to think they can hack, they just use grep a lot. And that's what we're hoping they pick up on here. A really quick and easy way to find the key here is for them to use a search mechanism. So let's use grep and recursive, and they're going to look for a key. And now they find that the key is silver. Fantastic. Now they, in fact, they need to use the verify. So let's go back to room 2 actually, and verify. If I can type verify. Oh. There we go. Now we need to enter the key that they've just found by searching through all of those scrolls. It's silver, and fantastic. They've managed to defeat the knowledge ancient library, and the magic is flowing. So now they can unzip room 3 using silver. Here in room 3, they have to, they can read the readme text. The readme text is going to give them some direction of what to do. What we're going to be testing is them editing the config file now, because if they were to run the unlock script, the gate remains shut. And if they were to cat the unlock script, I hope they won't, but they can see that the unlocks, if they cat, we hope they don't cat that. If they cat the config, they can see that open is false. So what we're testing here is that they can use Vim, because they need to change the open to true. And if they did in fact use cat on the unlock.sh, they would see that it is checking this file for it to say true here. And unless they know how to insert, change this to true, escape, :q, they're not going to be able to get past this. They might have been able to see what the next keyword is, but this is testing. There's always ways to cheat around things. So now they can run the unlock.sh. It opens the gate. Opening the gate is going to give us the keyword for room 4. And as we can see here, the gate is opening. It gives a little bit of suspense. The gate is unlocked. The key is gold. So unzip using the password gold for room 4. And we're going to go into room 4. And in room 4, we can see there's a README and a cipher. So we expect them to go and have a look at the README. And here we're testing the ability to, again, decode base64, but in a more efficient way. And you can see that it's split into 3 parts, as told here in the README. And we're expecting them to understand that they need to use source so that the part variables are accessible to them, in the hopes that they use a more efficient way of decoding all 3 parts. Now, if they didn't and they just went ahead and executed the cipher, it does tell them, and they can see 3 parts and they could decode them as they did in room 2. However, what we're wanting them to do is use source, and from here then we're expecting them to echo part 1, part 2 and part 3. Part 1, part 2, part 3, and pipe that to base 64. Decode it. Now you can see the first part is pla, the second part is tin, and the final part is so it's platinum. And then they can go back, they can unzip platinum room 5. And they're going to go into room 5. And from here they can see there is dragon, which if you it's not going to give anything particularly useful. They can read the instructions. It's going to tell them to use strings. And this will give them a clearer view that diamond is the final password or the final key, so that when they run complete and give diamond, they defeat the dragon. Defeating the dragon also presents them with a certificate. I hope this has been a fun walkthrough of my submission, and I hope you can see how we could build upon this by using animated art instead of just flashing, and just building on making the rooms more complex or more fun, adding on more rooms and more challenges. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for taking your time watching, and good luck to everybody else in the hackathon.